This short video's sole purpose is to redirect to another video that's slightly over 50 minutes long, in which my latest version of simulating free energy over Unity electrical circuit in a simulator, an electrical simulator that operates in JavaScript. So if you don't have JavaScript enabled in your browser, you won't be able to play with the simulated circuit. But it's based on the basic premise of negative resistance, in which life is turned upside down. Instead of pressure divided by friction equals speed, we have friction divided by pressure equals speed. Normally, when we apply a certain amount of pressure, friction reduces our speed. The greater the friction, the less the speed. But here, that's not the situation. The greater the friction, the greater the speed, at a fixed pressure that we are applying to get anywhere. Really backwards, but that's the way neon bulbs work, gas discharge tubes in general, as well as fluorescent tubes without their ballast that chokes them. It doesn't just get them started, it chokes them, because if they went to Overunity, they'd fry themselves. And that's been my problem, my challenge from the beginning. How do I create a circuit that doesn't fry itself? Well, I've created a circuit that does just that. The question left remaining, is it practical? In other words, am I creating wasted power when I create free energy? There is such a thing as wasted power, especially when dealing with AC, which is what this system is geared for. It's geared for normal 120 volts, 60 cycles coming out of the American or United States oriented AC power outlet, in our homes. Nothing fancy in that respect. Doesn't try to feed energy back to the source, nothing like that. Just tries to exhibit whether or not, or display, whether or not it actually is creating Overunity. And in theory, it looks like it, but I know so little about electricity, I could be creating wasted power for all I know. Now, I've done a couple of different versions, but I'm trying to stick with this one because it's more alike the original that I originally came up with. So I have various switches. Some of them are grouped in sets, and you'll soon find out. When you load the blank canvas, now I have two different versions of blank canvas, one incorrectly spelled and one correctly spelled. So they both load the same URL. So that's with a double S, there's no space in between, and you can also do a single S. So is.gd/blank canvas, spelled correctly or incorrectly, will give you a blank canvas of a simulator. And then you go in another browser window, a separate browser tab, you download this text file at gid/3, lowercase the word lamp, underscore, uppercase LMD, and then numeral 5. That's a text file, but it was saved as a binary file, so you cannot edit it in Notepad. You have to edit it, if you want to, in a binary text editor. But you open up the simulator at blank canvas will give you that simulator with a blank canvas, and then you use its file tab to import from local file, and you import your saved file. I uploaded my file onto my Google Docs, and that's what this 3lamp_LMD5 is a shortcut to. And then once you load that into your simulator, you'll get this status in which nothing's moving, nothing is happening, and you get to start off from a clean slate in which there's no energy stored in any of the components. They're all depleted to zero. You get a fresh, clean start, and if you make any mistakes or whatever, you can always go back and get the original copy again, that you've saved on your computer, and load it in again, file import from local file into your simulator, and you'll get a fresh, clean start. You can also refresh the browser page, and that'll give you a blank canvas all over again. But basically it works pretty good. If you use the drainage options of your switches fully, you can pretty much drain everything down completely relatively fast. It has special spiking modes, 3 different loads here, 3 different lamps in 2 groups. These 2 outer lamps are in one group, and this one is another group of load. And they behave differently, as you'll see in the scopes down below. I don't show you, but this is a zoom-in shot, but down below there'll be some scopes of a readout. So this video is meant to be short, just an introduction, overview of what I've managed to accomplish so far, because this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a regulatable Overunity device with no attention to whether or not that energy is actually useful, or whether or not it's wasted. Useless energy. Not wasted, but useless. But in theory, at least just looking at the numbers, the volts and the watts and the amps, it looks like it's Overunity. And it doesn't go skyrocketing to infinity either. That was very important. It goes to a fixed value and stays there, and you get to take it down to 0 very readily and drain everything, and so it's something manageable. But whether or not it's actually useful, I don't know. That's a whole other story. I'll just have to find out as I continue to play with it. As you can too now.